joining us now to give us her perspective on this is the legal coordinator for a group called Mexicanos sin Fronteras, Mexicans Without Borders, and she's also with the Woodbridge Workers Committee in Woodbridge, Virginia. And this is happening as Prince William County cracks down on illegal immigrants. Prince William County in Virginia, and some are saying this is just one more racist example of ethnic profiling in a country gone mad about illegals. Nancy, great to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Nancy, lay out your position on the current state of illegal immigration in the United States, because I'm sure you're familiar with the polls and how Democrats and Republicans do agree that enforcing our laws, our current laws, is absolutely essential.
Well, the current laws are broken, and so that's the problem right there. And if you're going to look at the immigration policy, you have to look at the trade policy, because it's the trade policy that has been the impetus for the influx of immigration. And so what we're looking at here in Prince William County is not how to fix the overall immigration system, but how to deal with local governments that are taking immigration into their own hands and trying to establish immigration policy on the local level. And that we have a real problem with. They have passed a resolution here that...
Yeah, why do you have a problem with it?
Well, first of all, it's basically fundamentally unconstitutional. The Constitution is set up with a separation of powers between the federal, state, and local government, and immigration, since it affects the entire nation, is a federal power. And so local governments trying to put on Band-Aid solutions to supposed problems that they feel that they have is not a way to regulate immigration. This particular resolution has some serious flaws in it. It allows for county employees to ask about immigration status for anybody that is applying for services in the county. The premise of this is that undocumented people do not pay taxes and therefore should not be allowed to take advantage of services. This simply is not true. Here in the county, the majority of our services are funded through property tax, and all people who live in our county pay property tax either through rent or through mortgage payments. In addition, they pay sales taxes when they go to the store, and many pay federal and state income taxes.
So just so I understand, Nancy, you are then essentially more in agreement with the President of Mexico than you are in agreement with your own local and state officials in the United States, that wherever there is a Mexican, there is Mexico. And essentially, in the policies that states and localities are trying to enact to combat a rising crime rate and concerns from citizens, that they're wantonly violating the civil rights of illegal aliens. That's what Calderon believes, and that sounds like what you believe.
Well, I don't usually agree with the President of Mexico, but what I'm saying is that folks that are here in Prince William County are residents of Prince William County. And
they violated our laws, Nancy. Does violating our laws matter to you?
Of course, violating laws, but not all laws.
What should we do to people who violate our laws?
Let me finish. Not all laws are based on justice. We've had segregation.
So you can pick and choose.
That was a law, but we know that law was incorrect and flawed.
Right. So you can pick and choose.
Because it is a law, just because it is a law,
social justice
provides justice in the community.
I got you.
We're looking at justice in the community.
So just again, no soliloquies. Well, you have plenty of time to make your points. But on the issue of picking and choosing which laws you, Nancy Lyall, think deserve to be abided by, who makes that ultimate decision? I mean, who's the one who is the gatekeeper of the just laws? Because I thought last time I checked it was the legislatures duly elected by the people.
Right, and that is exactly why we need to work on our immigration policy so that we can fix the problem.
We have. We want the borders enforced. We want the laws enforced. 58% of this country, Nancy, our country, the United States of America, 58%, according to Rasmussen this week, want sanctuary cities, federal dollars cut off, okay? So when you start talking about what the people feel and what the people want and the broken laws, what people want is ETL, enforce the laws. Do you understand?
Don't yell at me, Laura, because...
Not yelling at you. I'm trying to talk some sense into you, because you talk more like you're from Mexico than you are from the United States.
No, I talk like an American that
No,
has
you don't.
knowledge of the Constitution and that knows what is constitutional and
Oh, really?
unconstitutional.
First of all, you just said separation. No. You don't know the Constitution because you just said separation of powers is about local, state, and federal power. The separation of powers is about the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the legislative branch. So before you start lecturing me about the Constitution, understand yourself what separation of powers is all about. Go ahead.
Concept of federalism has federal, local...
It's not separation of powers. You mixed up your principles.
1 point for you. Now, do you want to listen to my point, or you just...
Yeah, I want you to tell me why local governments don't have the right to protect their citizens from crime, from rampant crime, from overcrowded schools and health care.
If you'd listen, crime in Prince William County is the lowest it has been in 5 years. Those are the statistics of the police department here in this county. We don't have a crime problem in this county.
Oh, really?
What we have is a
I'll tell you.
problem in this county that people are trying to solve by using laws that are unconstitutional. That's
according to whom? According to Mexicanos seen Fronteras, they're unconstitutional, or according to a court of law?
According to a court of law. Look at the Hazelton decision. Look at the decision that was made in Hearn. Courts of law. Judges are ruling local ordinances unconstitutional. And that's what's going to happen in this case. Because this is not a law as yet. It is simply a resolution. But it is flawed. It provides for racial profiling.
Do you care about MS-13?
Power of the federal government to immigrate regulation, it is unconstitutional. But the
point is, Nancy, you can do your filibuster, but the bottom line is you don't really want us to enforce our laws, right? You don't really, the whole border issue, the fence, I assume you're against building the fence, right?
You have no idea what my position is because you won't listen for 3 minutes.
Nancy, you're ranting. Calm down, it's okay. Calm down, you're ranting. Are you or are you not for the fence?
That would be you. That would be
Are you or are you not for the fence? Yes or no?
Absolutely not. It's a waste of money. You want to talk about taxpayers' money? Why don't you just throw your money in the ocean, for goodness sakes?
Nancy, what constituency do you represent, do you think, other than illegal aliens?
About like the Berlin Wall? I mean, didn't we see how well that worked out?
Right. That's funny because the last time I checked, people were trying to escape Berlin, okay? They weren't trying to jump over into East Berlin, okay? So get your facts straight, historical and constitutional.
Laura, you can make your points as much as you want because it's your radio show. But the fact of the matter is the local ordinance here in Prince William County is severely flawed. It's causing division within this county. It has created an atmosphere where the Klan is now organizing in this county.
Oh, no, you're bringing up the Klan?
Hate is not...
You don't care about MS-13, but you're worried about the guys in the funny white pajamas?
Hey,
you got to be kidding me.
I'm worried about the people that use the concept of illegal as a cover for hate. And
are you okay? Well, I probably have spent more time in both Mexico and El Salvador than you have, and I probably speak better Spanish than you have. But a Manassas man has been arrested and charged with choking a man to death during a fight in Prince William County, where you say the crime rate is so low. Christian Molina, also known as Jose Maximo Flores Perales, 30, was drinking with 2 men at a friend's house on Dumfries Road in Manassas when a fight broke out. It is unknown what started the fight, but at one point he choked Ronald Hollingsworth, 51, until he stopped moving. We have 3 people dead in New Jersey. We have people who are being mowed over by people driving DWI in this country without a license. We have a fingerprint analysis that shows this man in Prince William County, who is from El Salvador, was deported from the United States in 03 and in 05. In 05, he was deported because of a criminal activity and illegal status. He came back here, and for fun, he starts choking people. Do you have a problem with that?
You know what I have a problem with? You taking 1 or 2 or 3 isolated cases.
How many do you want? Because we have a whole stack of them.
Rate of American citizens. Why aren't you?
How many Americans dead does it going to take for you to think this is a problem? Do we need a quota?
It's not the fact that folks are undocumented that causes them to commit crimes. We have crimes all over.
If they weren't here, they wouldn't be murdering people. They wouldn't be running them over drunk on the highways in Texas or in Oregon or in Washington State. Or do you think somehow they can kill people when they're not here?
Do you invite people on your show to actually hear their point of view or just to use it as a...
Nancy, what I'm not hearing is any logic, okay? If you have a reasonable position, I haven't heard it yet, but we'll give you the last word.
Would you like to hear it?
You got the last word. You pick and choose what laws we enforce. You pick and choose what laws were constitutional. And you say how many deaths in this country are necessary before we start respecting the will of the people. Last word. Go ahead.
Oh, thanks so much. The fact of the matter is that it is not undocumented workers that are running around here killing people. Americans are doing it just as much as anybody else. The fact of the matter is the immigration system is broken, based on a trade system that is driven by profit for American corporations, and it's displacing people in Mexico and Central America and causing people to lose their farms, therefore have to come to America as a means of survival. They don't want to come to America. They come to America because in order to come here legally, they have to wait 8 to 10 years. And when you're looking at your child's face and you're starving to death, you don't have 8 to 10 years to wait. So you have to do what you have to do for survival, Laura. And so that means migrate to a place where there is work. The people that are here, the great majority of them are here to work and work alone. They obey our laws. They pay taxes.
No, they don't obey our laws because they're here illegally.
Is people like yourself are using this issue as to scapegoat undocumented people for other problems that America has. Let's go.
Do you know what the percentage of the the rant has stopped. Nancy, I take back the fact that you get the last word. Do you know what the percentage of the prison population in California is illegal? Do you have any idea?
Word.
Do you have any idea what percentage of the prison population in California or Virginia or Ohio or Florida is? Do you even care? Is it even relevant to this discussion?
I know that the percent of undocumented people in the prisons is lower than the native-born people.
Well, I should hope so. I should certainly hope so.
Undocumented people. You're going to go and lump everybody together and talk about...
No, I'm not lumping people together at all. I'm talking about people who violate our laws, who are here in this country. There's a lot of people to blame for not enforcing our laws. I will definitely give you that. And of course most of the people who are here are working, and they're working hard. I understand that, and we've said that time and again. Problem is we still are a nation of laws, at least last time I checked. But I appreciate it. You're a stand-up person for coming on this show. Nancy Lyall of the Mexicanos Fronteras group. Stay with us.
Your time is up.
Born in the USA, don't take my mommy and daddy away.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in.
You know, I built that border fence in San Diego, and it's really two fences. It's a double fence, and incidentally, since this is Fox, it's not that scraggly little fence that they keep showing on CNN with people hopping over it. If you get over my fence, we sign you up for the Olympics immediately.
In the murmur of the cottonwood trees, send me out forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in.
The Laura Ingraham Show.
It'll loose, let me straddle my old saddle underneath the Texas sky. On my cayuse, let me wander over yonder to the sea, the mountain high.
You can't come on the show and start bringing up the KKK in your defense of illegal immigration, okay? That's just not going to fly.
Kill.
John, yeah.
Kill.
Exactly.
Kill.
John in Jacksonville, Florida. John, go ahead.
Hey, Laura, how are you? Listen, your previous guest speaker made a bit of logic that had a huge hole in it, in that the federal government aren't the only ones that enforce drug laws. Local guys, local cops all the time enforce federal drug laws. So what's the difference?
And a whole bunch of federal laws are intertwined with the way the states approach various issues. And so that was just one of many points that you made that made no sense. I appreciate it. Got every single line lit up on the Laura Ingraham Show. Well, you have a response to that interview. And I know I can be tough in these interviews, but you cannot come on and expect that you're going to have a walkthrough. Just do a walkthrough on the Laura Ingraham Show. It's not going to happen. If you make some, modestly reasonable points, then we'll listen to you. But you can't start saying that the number of people dead in this country at the hands of illegal aliens doesn't matter. And that it has nothing to do with their illegal status, that the people are being murdered. Well, they wouldn't be murdered if they weren't here.
Right in her backyard, too.
And we have someone who is charged in this fatal fight who happens to be from El Salvador, where I love El Salvador, but this guy from El Salvador is deported twice from the United States. And he keeps coming back.
And killing people.
Great. But then none of these things seem to matter. I mean, we had fact after fact. Oh, but wait, I have to go back and read my separation of powers part of the Constitution.
I'd like to see more than rhetoric. I wish that I could feel in their hearts that that's exactly where they were going. And it's got nothing to do with disliking people who are coming into this country. It's got everything to do with the rule of law. Does anybody understand that?
The Laura Ingraham Show.
Very quickly, James on line 9, Winston-Salem. James.
Hey, Laura, I want to declare myself a Mexican, and I was wondering, why do we call illegal immigrants when they're criminals? We're surrounded by 12 million plus criminals that exploit our health care, and Americans pick up the bill. They exploit our prisons. Americans pick up the bill. They exploit our schools. Our children suffer, and Americans pick up the bill. They exploit our laws. Americans are held to a greater accountability to our own laws. They use our highways, and we're surrounded and are not feeling safe on our own roads because of illegal people.
Well, and I think that you put the list together quite well, James. And I think that I sense a lot of hostility coming from you. I'm just teasing.
30,000 MS-13 members in America.
30?
She's worried about the one or two Klan dopes.
The 30,000 MS-13. Their weapon of choice? Grab your neck, because it's the machete. Illegals from El Salvador, MS-13. This is a dangerous situation. We got to be clear-headed about it. You're listening to The Laura Ingraham Show.